Happy holidays. Good to see everybody. Very good ETSU team coming in here tomorrow. And this time of year, it's always a challenge because they've had a break, and we had a little bit of a longer break than we're all accustomed to, just the way the schedule played out. But I know our guys are excited to be back. We've had a good few days of practice, and obviously as we finish up non-conference play.
What's your scouting report on East Tennessee? What do you look for on tape, that kind of thing?
Man, first of all, they are really, really good defensive team. I got a lot of respect for Coach Savage and what he does, and I know him back as an assistant and what he did there as an assistant with Coach Forbes there, and then he went to Wake Forest, and now he's earned a great opportunity at a great university, and he's doing a really good job in his first year there. I mean, they have 7 wins. We have 7 wins. In terms of them as a team, again, very, very good defensive team, play extremely hard. You can tell how well coached they are on the defensive end. Offensively, they have 3 very talented offensive players. They have more than that, but they have 3 guys averaging double figures. Samoa, as good as a shooter as we've seen. Jaden Seymour, somebody that we're familiar with. We played him. We saw him in a scrimmage last year, but he's even so much more improved, versatile player that could spread the court, play inside, play outside, pose a lot of challenges for us. And their point guard, Peterson, is just a very good, tough point guard that's averaging double digits, and he's kind of the head of the snake for them. So really good team defensively and very talented on offense.
Through this break, what kind of things did you focus on as far as like cleanup and getting ready for a conference play?
Yeah, great question. I think the biggest thing where we are right now is over the last 5 games, our defense has been as good. I mean, it's really one of the better defenses right now that we've played all year, but it would be up there numbers-wise in the country right now defensively, what we've done. The one area that we have to continue to shore up is our defensive rebounding, is being able to, and a lot of that happened in that Florida game where they had 22 offensive rebounds, but just being able to continue to shore up our defensive rebounding. It's such a big piece because when you put so much emphasis on half-court defense and then you don't finish the possession with the rebound, any coach would tell you it's one of the most frustrating things. So that's really where most of our emphasis has been, but we've touched on a lot of things. I mean, we haven't shot the ball as well as we'd like to. We missed a lot of rim shots in that Florida game. We came back and played better versus Delaware State, but yeah, we've practiced all of that. I hope that translates, but defensive rebounding has been a real big key for us.
How important is it to get a win or at least play really, really well going into conference play?
Honestly, Brian, I just look at it like it's our next game. I don't even think about conference play right now. I mean, the bottom line is it's our last non-conference game, and it's the single most important game for our team and our program right now.
Have you seen any change in Cam this week, getting more involved in practice versus beginning of the year?
Yeah, I think that's a really, because now he knows. I mean, that weight has been off his shoulder a little bit, and I think that's a big deal. And in the Florida game, I mean, he really didn't even know he was playing until 30 minutes to an hour before the game. Was he gonna, because there was so much indecision out there about what it was gonna mean if he decided to play, which he did, which tells you how much he loves this game and loves the opportunity, because he didn't know what the necessary consequences could have been at that time. Then we get to the Delaware State game, and the NCAA had made an announcement on what that looked like for him for the rest of the year. And I thought he was more comfortable in that game. Again, I've said this to you guys before. I'm not worried that he hasn't made shots. I know he's a guy that can make shots, can shoot the ball really well. It's more about his comfortability with his teammates. It's more about him feeling like, all right, I know exactly what we're doing. He was spending 50% of the time in practice on the scout team prior to the Florida game. And even into the Florida game he was, to be honest. Delaware State was the first game he wasn't on the scout team. So now this week and coming back, but again, the challenge is we've been off for a few days and now we got to get it back going.
Anything else? Thanks, guys.
Thank you.